Hello YouTube, it's Andrew, the Bearded Giant, and this is live from the shed, my last one for 2018, December 27th, I believe it is. So, let's see. Let's do a quick sound and video check. Can you hear me and can you see me? Let's make sure all that is... Can you hear me? Check, check, check. Robert, does that mean you can hear me? Oh, I'm delayed. I need to not look at that. I need to put a post-it note over that. All right. Look, I'm going to put a post-it note over my own video so I don't get too distracted. Oh, yay! Belgium's in the house. I've been to Brussels. I went for a long weekend some years ago, and I really enjoyed the military museum there in Brussels. They had, well, there's a military museum. Anyway, hi Bob, hi Mom, hi Dave, hello Heidi, hello Dave again, hello all of you. So, let's see, what do we got here? I guess I'll show you a couple of shop presents I got for Christmas that made it out to the shop. Not at, you know, some stuff obviously is still in the house. But my nephew got me this wrench. It is 24 inches. It's 2 feet long. And he thought a giant should have a giant wrench. It is quite heavy. I haven't weighed it, but it's really heavy. So I'll probably use this when I'm working on delicate instruments, you know, very tiny things. And, you know, I don't want to over tighten it, so you need something dainty. No, seriously, this will come in handy for hitches, trailer hitches, because that nut is really large. So thank you, Alex. I have a really large wrench. Oh, hey, I could try that on the Speed Square. Yeah, good idea. My mic does have a fur cat, and they are referred to as a dead cat. Yeah, it works. So what I should do is weld up an actual triangle, like a dinner triangle, and hang that outside my my shed. Oh, what do we got going here? Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Well, here. It is a mic toupee, you know. My mic was balding, and I felt bad because it had low self-esteem, and I wanted to make sure it didn't feel bad when it hung out with the other mics, you know, on Saturday night. Oh. Oh yeah. Yes, I could use that wrench to fix my watch. That's, I probably won't do that. I got a couple new pairs of welding gloves, which is awesome. In fact, I will probably wear these at some point in the video because I'm going to give you a little demonstration. Got a nice little whisk broom for my workbench that comes in handy. Yeah, there's some other stuff, some other welding stuff, some tips and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can You can get these dead cats off of Amazon. They're pretty inexpensive. This one is called a lavalier mic. It's a style of mic, and they have pre-made little furry things for your lavalier mics. I could use this wrench to defend against mountain lion attacks, because they are pretty prevalent here in North Plains. They just roam the streets at night looking for fights. I have some mountain lions that hang out on the corner and they smoke cigarettes. I think they're a bad bunch. I walk around the other way because I don't want to get into a scuffle with the smoking mountain lions. So we have like 27 in the room. That's awesome. I'll take your word for it. So I was talking with a gentleman from work today who wants to get into blacksmithing, and I want to do some blacksmithing. I have a piece of rail I'm going to use as an anvil, and I have a brake drum that I'm going to use as the bowl for a wood-fired forge. And this summer, I went to a homesteading show a couple hours south of here in a town called Eugene, because there was a company there doing blacksmithing demonstrations, and they're out of a town called Sandy, which is up towards Mount Hood, our mountain here, our tallest mountain here in Oregon. Anyway, so I went down there and I wanted to check out what they had going on, because they resell some blowers that are imported from, I think, India. And I wanted to lay my eyes on them before I bought one, because, you know, workmanship could be iffy, you know, I don't know. But I didn't want an electric blower. So anyway, I went down there this summer to this homesteading show to check out these blacksmiths out of Sandy. I forgot to put their link in the description, but I'll do that after the show. So if you guys want to go back and look. So, but I hadn't opened the box yet. So I think I'll just take this as an opportunity to open this box and show you this blower that I'll use on a homemade forge when I get around to making it. And this is for you, Oliver, so you can see the blower I was talking about. That's my coworker. Okay, so this is a Zomax Rajkot. That Rajkot is probably Indian, that'd be my guess. And looks like it has some sort of adjustment here on the side. A couple of spots here to oil the gears. And this appears to be some sort of base you can attach it to. And this is obviously the handle. Let me see if I can throw this on real quick and just give it a test spin. Yes, so those boxes, you can see, kind of flap around in the wind. So there you go. Here's a little hand crank. You felt the breeze from here. There's a little hand crank blower. It's cast metal. It's not, handcrafted, fine craftsmanship sort of thing, but it was relatively inexpensive, an import job, and I think it will work fine for what I'm going to do, playing around. And obviously you could run some pipe from here to the belly of the bowl of the forge. I might get some flexible muffler pipe or something, or maybe I'll just buy some sections of muffler pipe and cut and tack weld them together when I build a little stand. So there you go. It's a Zomax Rajkot. Yep. Yeah, it's been boxed for months, 6 months maybe, 4 months, 5 months. Oh. So that'll be fun. That'll be a project I work on at some point. I want to play around with making some knives using old files, old drill bits. I just watched a video today of a gentleman who made a knife out of an old saw blade. He made a very thin, flexible fillet knife for fish. And so I like that idea of recycling, reusing old material. I'll also probably play around with some rebar, not to make knives, but to heat up and pound out and flatten, and just practice hammer work on an anvil. Also, I'll probably flatten out some pieces of rebar, drill holes in it, and curl it, make hooks to hang things in the shop. That'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be fun. Because I know some of you have played around with making knives as well. Yeah, there's a railroad track not far from here. Bob was saying railroad tracks. I could probably just go walk that line for a half mile or so, and I probably could find a couple of old. A guy made a kitchen knife out of tinfoil. Wow. No, I haven't seen that. I've seen people make knives out of obsidian that are crazy sharp, like crazy sharp. But I haven't seen someone make one out of tinfoil. I would think you'd have to fold and press, fold and press, fold and press. Hey Sam, I'm glad you are not driving while watching this, because that would weigh heavy on my conscience. But thanks for coming. Yeah, a tinfoil blade. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting. I don't know if I would do it though. I think I would play around with some mild steel at first, just to learn how to work the metal with the hammer, and then get into some tool steel. Wrenches. Hey, old school with a modern twist. Play around some wrenches, drill bits. That's been pretty cool. Seen some people use an old drill bit and heat it up and temper it and forge it and pound it. blah, blah, blah. I think that'd be fun. I also have seen people take, not necessarily the forge, but old saw blades, like circular saw blades and chop saw blades, and cut them out with an angle grinder, and then grind down an edge, and then hone the edge, and build, make some scales for the handle. All that's pretty cool. I want to try that out. I do not live near the Union Pacific track on the Columbia River. I live in a town called North Plains, and there is railroad track that runs from into Portland and out towards Vernonia, which is a logging town, and they run a lot of timber up and down this track that I'm on. In fact, there's a sawmill here in town where they'll unload timber there as well. So, yeah. I think the train runs 3 times a week on this track. Not very often, but again, it's all timber. It's a timber run. Oh, nice. A parting tool for your lathe. Is a parting tool something that you cut the last little bit of your work and then it kind of comes off? Uh-oh. We got someone yawning. I promised him a show, so I don't want him to fall asleep on me, but I also... Oh, is that what it is? Is Hampton Lumber? We have our resident Sawyer in the house, Northwest Sawyer. He is out of a town called Estacada, which is up towards Mount Hood from here. It's roughly an hour east of here, on the other side of Portland, kind of southeast of Portland. Yeah, it's I'm gonna take his word for it that it's Hampton Lumber. Oh, you just pooped? Okay. Because I was joking around with Gary, the bearded woodworker, saying, I bet I could roll a frying pan like the old-timey strongman. So I went to Walmart and bought an inexpensive frying pan. So that's already in my favor because it's not heavy duty. It's not like a professional kitchen grade frying pan. So I have never tried this before, and it's going to be entertaining because either I'll be able to do it and you guys will go, ooh, he's so strong, or I won't be able to do it and you'll go, ha ha ha, he can't do it. So yeah, so this is a 9.5-inch non-stick skillet. I have a couple of rifles that would help with this pan too, Bob, but the idea is to try to roll it up. And so I think I'm going to wear these new gloves to help me get a grip because this is non-stick, you can't get a grip on it. So let's try it. Let's try it out. Take this off. Brand new and shiny. Hey, Jennifer, how's it going? Welcome to the podcast. Or not podcast, live stream. 300 rounds of .308 will roll it just fine. That is true. There won't be much left when you're done with that. So, okay. This is going to be a live demonstration here. Let's see if that's enough space. I'm going to put on these gloves for grippiness. Oh, okay. I know this is riveting watching me put on gloves, but look how nice and shiny those are. Ooh. All right, frying pan. I'm going to attempt to roll this. Maybe a view like that. Well, I'm getting it started. Wow. So I've reached the point where this is concaved back here, and I can't roll against that. Wow. Let's see what else I can do to this thing. Oh, well, that's the best I can do. Wow. I'm a little out of breath. Let's go with I'm really strong as opposed to that the pan is crap. or maybe oh man, that's funny. Or maybe it's a little both. Maybe I'm just sort of strong and the pan is sort of crap. But there you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, this could be part of the instrument. Let's see. What do we hear? It's a new musical instrument. Now I'll have to take that out and you guys were talking about shooting it. Now I'll probably take it out and shoot it the next time I the next time I go shooting. Well, that was fun. Oh, so don't try this with your spouse's frying pans at home. They might they might be upset. Yeah. Yes, I can make this a swinging target and put a little chain on it. And I can weld up a little stand. Shoot at it. Oh, yeah. Well, you said cast iron pan. What's funny is there's a gentleman named Brian Shaw. He's like a 4-time world's strongest man. And there's a video of him, and he bent a cast iron pan. But he's like 6'9", 6'10", 450 pounds, and not fat. A very large, strong man. And yeah. I wonder if I can no. Anyway, Brian Shaw, he didn't roll a cast iron pan, but he bent it, which is impressive, which is an impressive feat. But yeah, I like watching those old-timey strongmen where they rip phone books and roll frying pans and bend steel around their neck and stuff like that. I don't think I would try the whole bending steel around my neck deal, because probably hurt my neck. But yeah, I've seen videos of people who can bend a penny and pinch it. That's impressive. But so there, maybe I'm a strong man now. Oh, hi, making sawdust. You missed me rolling this frying pan. You have to watch the video over. Whew. Okay. I can smell you from here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let's see. What else did I have on my list? Oh, I showed you my wrench. So I was reading an article about you know, they sent that rover to Mars a while back that's been driving around exploring Mars, and then they recently landed a device, I don't know what you'd call it, probe maybe, on Mars, and it's drilling core samples of the soil of Mars to see the makeup and whatnot, and it was really crazy. While they were doing this exploration, they came across a restaurant on Mars, and apparently they have really good food, but no atmosphere. Wait for it. Wait for it. You might find that funny, or not. Oh, at least one person laughed. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, since most of you are homesteaders, preppers, DIYers, whatnot, what's your favorite outdoor tool? What's your favorite outdoor tool for gardening or landscaping? Your work outside tool do you have a favorite axe, shovel, clippers, rototiller? Is there a chainsaw you really like? What's your guys's favorite outdoor tool? I really enjoy a still chainsaw I have. I think it's the 381. Ooh, a tomahawk. Tomahawk would be great. Ooh, your hands. Way to go, Bob. Way to show us all up. Man of the earth, digging in. Ooh, battery-powered chainsaw. That's nice. Short sledge. Beaver coat. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I saw at Coastal Farm and Ranch a DeWalt 60 amp hour 20 volt battery chainsaw that looked pretty good. Wow. My soil is not friable here. My soil is tough. I wouldn't say it's clay-like, but it's tough. A Yard Butler Terra Weeder. Is that a like a weed whacker? Side by side. Ooh, yeah. That's what I have at work. I have a side by side at work. Right now I have a is it Kawasaki Thule or Mule something? A pick for the rock and clay riding lawnmower. Nice. Makita. Yeah, they have some good tools. Frog gig bent hand. I'm not really sure what a frog gig bent is. Is it, oh, like a hammer? Oh. Yeah, yeah. um, I like a Pulaski. I have a Pulaski that I use to dig, where it's an axe head on one side and sort of like a narrow hoe on the other. I have been known to use my Sawzall to cut a few branches. Oh yeah, small spear with barbs. Don't get the DeWalt tools. Oh, I have a bunch of DeWalt tools. They've worked for me for years anyway. Oh. Is my husband. Yes, that would be nice to have a spouse who's a expert at landscaping. Yeah, yeah. My DeWalt has served me pretty well. Porter cable's another one that I like. I don't have any cordless porter cable tools, but I have a chop saw and a grinder and some stuff like that. Here's my favorite hammer. Has nothing to do with what we were just talking about, but this is an old Craftsman framing hammer I've had for years. Back when Craftsman would warranty their tools and just give you a new one when you go into Sears. Man, I've had this for decades. It served me so well. I love it so much. Oh. Yeah. This is my first cordless DeWalt 18 volt. This is a aftermarket battery because the batteries die out. But the drill's held up well. I still use it. You can see it's been around the block a few times. At work, I have. What do I have at work? I think it's Makita or Milwaukee. I'm not sure. It's blue. Anyway, let's see. I was looking through a book for some topics in case I get stumped. Blue is Makita. All right, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the batteries on tools, they're getting better and better, but they don't last as long as they used. Well, they don't. Let me say, the older ones don't last as long as these newer lithium ion batteries. Like I think the 20 volts are all lithium ion now. Hey Robert, welcome to the show. You missed me bending this frying pan. You have to go back and watch that. I've heard the My Little Pony brand of tools aren't so bad. You got to get past the tassels and glitter, but once you do that, they're okay. They're a little small for my hands, but a shorter statued person, I think they'd be a good set. They're not that expensive either. Yeah. glitter. Glitter is a special power. What is today? Today's the 27th. So I came in contact with glitter on Christmas. There was some glitter on some bows and thingies, ornamental thing on the present. And a coworker today, like, is that glitter on your face? And you just, you can't get rid of that stuff. I think it just has a half-life. Like, you can clean up glitter, but you'll only ever get half of it. And then you clean it up again, and you'll only ever get half of it that second time. And the third time you go to clean, you'll only get another half. So it never disappears. It always just lasts. It gets less, you can get less glitter, but you can never get rid of it. It's evil. Yeah. Yeah, like radioactive waste. There's a fair number of pink hard hats I see around the job site. And what's surprising is I don't see very many of those cowboy hard hats. You see a few of them. There's a couple of guys I see that have it's an actual cowboy style looking hard hat with the rim. Wouldn't be too bad in the rain. I would get one with a wide flat brim. I think that'd be great because it rains so much here. My hard hat I have at work, it has a rim around it that's like 1.5 inches. But it'd be nice to have a little bit wider. Oh, anyway. So I wanted to say thank you to Kevin from Hope This Works. He gave me a really wonderful gift a few days ago, and I truly, truly appreciate it. He made a video for me for my birthday, and he asked some of his subscribers to check out my channel and watch some of my videos, and they did. It was amazing. I appreciate it, Kevin. Thank you very much. If you're still in here, that was really, really cool. I'm not sure if I just lost you guys or not. My computer just went kablooey and my screen went away. Let's see. Yeah, you're still here. Yeah, Kevin, I appreciate it. I put a link to Kevin's video in the description. I put a link to Kevin's video in the description. So after this live stream, go back and grab that link and take a look at it. It was very sweet, very sweet. And Bo, thanks for watching. I appreciate your support, Bo. You gotta get him hooked young. You gotta get him hooked into that YouTube young. Just feed this little drip of YouTube to Bo. Just a little bit at a time. And you'll get a lifelong follower that way. So, Robert, does Bo have his own YouTube page yet? Does he have his own account? You're never too young to have your own account. Mother of many horses. Yeah. No YouTube account yet. But you have gotten Bo his own iPhone, right? I mean, isn't that a thing that kids, once they reach about the age of 12 days old, they're old enough for an iPhone? Oh, yeah. nephew's 12, and he has a YouTube account. He does a few videos that he shares among his buddies. I think it's all right. As long as you keep the trolls away and kind of monitor what they do. Your son Elijah wants his own channel. What's he? Is Elijah the one that has his own toolbox? Because he was a natural on that video. He vlogs. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he should have his own video. Don't. Oh, do it, Sam. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't have kids, so, you know, just take what I say with a grain of salt. But I imagine if you just monitor what he does and take a look at the comments and stuff and make sure no one's harassing him, I think he'd be fine. He'd learn some skills, learn some presentation skills, because I've gotten, I think, better at speaking because I do YouTube. Not that I'm a great speaker, but I think I have improved my skills doing videos, and certainly at times it helps thinking about how to set up your shot and that sort of stuff in the editing. And I think kids would be just a natural at it, because they're just like sponges. They suck up all that information and the skills with technology so much easier than us old guys. Yeah, having some trouble with some viewers could also be a good lesson too. That's true. Hey, Richard, thanks for joining. Richard's from the UK. Richard, you missed me rolling this frying pan with my hands. So go back and watch that. So Richard, anyway, welcome. Thanks for joining. And the Biker's Quest for Coffee, thanks for coming. He's from Scotland, I believe. So I've had quite an international audience tonight. I have gone international with my live stream. It's kind of cool. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like my head's going to explode. It's all blowing up here. Yeah. So those of you who haven't, go to the Beard times 16 and check out his channel. He is a YouTuber that I found earlier this year, kind of when I was starting, and he does crafts and DIY in his garage, and he does lathe work, and he does some recasting of plastic, which is kind of cool. And then he'll turn that, so he'll like melt down bottle caps, and not bottle caps, yeah, bottle caps, you know, the plastic ones, and make a blank out of that, and then turn that. It's pretty clever. He made some rings using denim and I think epoxy, and turned that. All kind of cool stuff. Check him out. He's a small YouTuber like many of us, and you know, he's growing slowly. And if any of his projects are interesting to you, give him a subscription and check out what he does. He's a real interesting cat. He's also bearded, so he has that going for him, which is a huge bonus in my book. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by, Richard. I think it's probably like 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning for him, something like that. It's crazy. Thanks for giving up your sleep. Let's see. Yeah, he has a boy who's in Scouts, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts. Anyway, a scouting organization, and I was in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts growing up, and thought it was a pretty good experience. I went through the whole badging, merit badges, and all that. 1:15, yes. 1:15 in the morning over there in the UK. Crazy. That's dedication. Thanks. And Gary, welcome. You have to go back and rewatch this. I did it. I did it. I rolled the frying pan. So there you go. Yeah. Check out. Also in my description is a 1-minute video that Gary and I did a couple of days ago, thanking everyone for the support and whatnot. It'd be great, you guys, if you haven't seen it, go check that out. It's in the description. Yeah, giant hands. So yeah, this year has been good. 2018. It's been just about 1 year exactly that I started putting up some videos. I had my TV commercial I was in years and years ago. That was my first video, and I put it up on YouTube just so I could share it with people. And then I put up another really poorly shot video when I was at an art gallery that Gary had some art showing in, and I didn't know what I was doing. And I was walking around with my phone oriented the wrong way, and it was filmed all sideways. And I just threw that up too. So those two videos were up on my YouTube page for years. And then Christmas time of 2017 is when Gary and I were talking about his YouTube channel, and he inspired me to give it a shot. And I threw up just some videos I had on my cell phone. Like I went to a Western quick draw competition, and I had some videos on my phone of me shooting some machine guns at a biker poker run that I go to every year. And then I started making some real simple videos and grew to what I'm doing now, which is kind of fun. I have 100 videos up. I looked at that today. I think this will be my 101st video. And I've gone quite a long ways from just throwing up some videos that were shot on shooting a machine gun to doing live streams. I never thought I'd be doing live streams. And the welding videos have been kind of my foundation to most of my success, I suppose. My best performing video is my very first time welding. I shot that, and so I do a mix of welding videos, and I have done some biker, some moto vlogs where I chat while riding my motorcycle. And then I've done some other videos, some silly things, me going to a car show and trying to get into small cars. I'm going to do that again here at the end of January or the beginning of February is the International Car Show. And I'm going to shoot a sequel of me trying to get into small cars. So my welder, so my first welder was the Chicago Electric Flux Core 125. And I just gave that to Gary so he can play around with welding. It's a $100 welder, and it welds like a $100 welder. You can stick two pieces of metal together and attach them. It's not pretty, but it generally works. And I had a lot of fun playing around with that. And so that kind of sparked the bug in me to take welding a little bit more serious. I'm not saying like serious like it's going to be a profession, but serious as in this is a really cool hobby, and it's allowing me to be creative and build things because I like to tinker. Do I think it was worth it for the beginning? Yes, in the sense that if you want to be a welder for a profession or be a welder because you're going to make a trailer, no, don't do it. Don't get that welder if you're going to build a trailer and pull it down the road. I wouldn't trust it for that. But do get that welder if you just want to play around. Maybe you want to fix the deck on your lawnmower, or maybe you want to make some brackets for your garden shed, or anything like that. Anything non-structural, that way. And you're not putting out a ton of money, so if you find out that it's not your thing, you're not out any money. And it's 125 amps or 120 volts, and so if you find out it's not your thing, you just keep it in the shed or you keep it in the garage off in the corner, and once a year or once every couple of years you do have to fix that shovel that cracked or something, you can do it, and it'll be fine. But if you do want to weld a little bit more serious, buy a Miller or buy the Vulcan from Harbor Freight. Spend $300, $400, $500, and if you want to be really serious, get a Miller or something, or a Hobart, and spend $1,000, $1,500 on a welder, and you'll really be set up to do some good stuff. But anyway, so I now have a Vulcan MIG Max 215. Which is a true MIG welder. It's a Harbor Freight welder, but it's about a $600 welder. And I played around with the flux core through it. It welds so much better than that Chicago Electric. And then I did a project using gas, and I have C25 gas, and that welds crazy good. I am the issue when it comes to welding. Like I welded a couple of welds and realized I didn't have the ground clamp on. I was like, man, why does this look so bad? Why is it popping all over the place? Well, I didn't have it grounded. So that was my fault, not the machine's fault. And I also was playing around. I didn't have the gas turned up enough, because you want about 20 cubic feet, no, cubic inch, 20 cubic inches per hour, I think. Um, and I was running about 10, which isn't enough gas, isn't enough shielding. In fact, you probably want to play between 20 and 30 uh, cubic feet CFM, yeah, cubic feet per, no, CFR, H, cubic feet per hour. Anyway, so I love it. I put in a 220 breaker. Uh, was I able to find it hard to create a decent weld with a 100 welder, or am I just that bad at welding? It made neat blobs. I had moments of clarity with that Chicago Electric. There were moments where I would get a nice, good-looking weld. Maybe at the end there, 25% of my welds actually looked really good, and I was amazed. I made a nice puddle drag with that Chicago Electric. But most of the time it was just chunky, kind of a chunky mess. Hey, good night, Richard. Thanks for stopping by. And with the MIG Max, I think I'm kind of opposite of that now. I think I'm about 70, 75% making pretty decent looking welds, and about 25% not decent. And the not decent ones are my fault. It's not the machine's fault. It's me doing something dumb, like not grounding, or having my lead too long, or not getting off track. And so let's say I'm trying to weld this seam, and I just kind of go diagonally off track and do something dumb like that. But that's my skill. That's not the machine skill. That Vulcan is so much better of a machine than I am a welder. Much like my rifles. My rifles are much more accurate than I am. That is for sure. Yeah, that cheap welder, it had two settings. It had high and low, and then it had variable wire speed. And it just took kind of guessing and dialing it in a little bit. But like I said, yeah, we're talking about welding. If you're not going to make furniture, if you're just going to putz around and experiment, yeah, get that $100 machine and play with it. And in the end, if you find out that you want to move on to something better, just hand that machine down to somebody. You still have to get all the accessories. You have to get the helmet and the gloves and the clamps and all that sort of stuff. So if, like I did, I gave Gary that machine. He's going to play with it, and if he likes it, maybe he'll upgrade at some point. And if he doesn't like it, he's not out anything. Play around with it. Yeah, like a rack for homebrewing. That'd be a good purpose for that. Get some 1-inch tube steel, and it's pretty inexpensive. Oh, let's see. I don't have any down there. Oh, here's some. So the only steel I'm buying new is this 1-inch tube, and I don't know, it's $4 or $5 for a 8-foot stick of this. And then otherwise I just go to the scrap yard and buy random scrap out of the bins. Like this. This is a random piece of scrap. It had a bend in it that they bent with a machine. And I thought that was interesting. Maybe I could use that for something. I found a bunch of these, just like a 14-inch, 1-inch round tube, already cut. That was kind of interesting to play around with that. So, yeah, it's fun. A forge, yeah. Yeah, so that's a project I'm going to do. Hey, yeah, well, I'm going to do a charcoal forge, but I am going to swing by Kevin's place this August. Maybe he'll give me a saddlebag worth of coal I can bring home and play with. Hint, hint, Kevin. Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't weld galvanized steel. That's true. My understanding is galvanized will... I wonder if a scrapyard visit... Yeah, so galvanized steel, when you heat it up, it off-gasses some pretty toxic gas that will really mess you up. So yeah, don't weld on galvanized steel. Stick with mild steel, and stainless takes some special skill, and aluminum takes some special skill on some other stuff. But mild steel is pretty easy to come by, you know. From the zinc poisoning, yeah, yeah. Leach fields through my field, yeah. Yeah, don't do spicy or teriyaki. Keep it mild. You don't want the indigestion when you're welding. Can you weld pot metal? I have never tried, and I understand cast iron is difficult to weld, but I would imagine a skilled professional probably could. Yeah, brazing might be the way to go on cast iron. Yeah, I am not an expert welder. I've been welding as long as I've been YouTubing, so about a year. And I get a lot of my information by watching other guys' YouTube channels. Well, I imagine most of you guys do the same thing. Yeah. He can weld ice with a TIG. I don't know if that's a joke or not, but there are underwater welders, guys who weld on bridges and oil platforms underwater, and that's a pretty specialized skill. I used to know a guy years ago who did some underwater welding here, because we have bridges over the Willamette and the Columbia River. Yeah. So we're at just about an hour. You can weld ice with a plasma cutter. If you're, wow. Should I try welding ice with a wire feed welder? Would that work? Hi, Living Garden. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah. My understanding is welding cast iron is very difficult. I haven't tried, and I probably wouldn't try. Yeah. Yeah, so go back and start from the beginning, Living Garden, and you'll see me. I bent this frying pan with my bare hands. Kind of fun. Everyone was laughing at me. Well, I appreciate everyone coming to my live stream. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate like yeah, was it Jane Fonda who did the Thigh Master commercials? It was either that or put it in my armpit and bend it that way. Because I could use that skills from when I was a child, making the fart noises with my arm. Did I blow a piston? I can straighten it out. I tried. I can't straighten it out. I hope everyone has a happy new year. Thank you for all the support you guys have given me in 2018. And I look forward to sharing more of my hobbies and my projects with you in 2019. And hopefully I'll throw in a couple of funny videos too. I'm going to do another video of me getting into small cars at the International Car Show here in a few weeks. So that should be good. And Bob's bringing his school bus out here to see if I fit in it. I think I might fit in it, but we're not sure. So he's going to drive out here and let me try. Why did I bend the pan? Well, I bent it because I like to watch those old-timey strongman things where they rip phone books and they bend metal around their neck and they bend frying pans with their hands. So I tried bending a frying pan here on the live stream. My first time ever doing it. It was kind of fun. So yes, thank you again. I've been trying to say goodbye here for a couple minutes, and go check out my description and look at Kevin's video. Take a look at the little video that Gary and I did. And if you haven't checked out the Content Creator website, there's a link for that as well in the description. Good night, everyone. Thank you for 2018. I look forward to visiting with all of you in 2019. Peace out.